Welcome to the Data Access Center online introduction and training. This webinar is intended for those who want a greater understanding of the Data Access Center or the DAC and how to apply for DAC projects. This presentation gives a basic introduction to the DAC, which provides researchers with the chance to analyze confidential data from the California Health Interview Survey, or CHIS. The CHIS is a comprehensive health survey that contains a rich array of topics such as demographics, general health conditions, mental health, health behaviors, health insurance access and utilization, employment, and many more. The DAC produces separate data files for the public and maintains confidential data files that are available to researchers only within the DAC. Our public use files are available on our website for free. The data contains state-level information on health status, obesity, diet and nutrition, health insurance, tobacco use, as well as basic demographic information, among others. The puffs do not contain identifiable or sensitive information, such as county or zip code. They are equipped with variable formats and labels and are available in SAS, STATA, and SPSS data formats. Data that is not available in the puffs can be accessed via our confidential data files, which are housed exclusively in the DAC. Our confidential data contain more detailed information than the puffs, but do not possess direct identifiers such as full name, telephone number, and date of birth. Researchers interested in using confidential data can gain access through the DAC by applying for a DAC project. The DAC has had its own IRB since 2009 and restricts access, both physically and remotely, to ensure the security and confidentiality of CHIS data. The DAC is where data files are prepared for analysis, data requests are fulfilled for approved DAC projects, and data disclosure review occurs for all outgoing files. DAC projects are available by application via our DAC Online portal, and all applications must go through a committee review process to receive approval. One thing to note about DAC projects is that researchers do not actually receive any access to raw confidential data. Instead, each DAC project is assigned to 2 statisticians from the CHIS team who will run all requested analysis within the Data Access Center and return completed output to the researcher via DAC Online. Researchers can either write and submit their codes to be run within the DAC or have their assigned statisticians do the programming. Another thing to note is that there are costs associated with pursuing DAC projects that vary by type of service rendered. To apply for a DAC project, open your browser and type in healthpolicy.ucla.edu/work/data-access-center. The DAC application process page is where you can get more information about and apply for a DAC project. Please note that the required application materials include a project variable list, data user agreement, research proposal, cover letter, and biographical sketch or resume. Researchers who are pursuing a DAC project for a school-related assignment, such as a thesis or a dissertation, are eligible for a DAC student scholarship. Student researchers are also required to submit their own programs to their assigned statisticians. More information about the DAC Student Scholarship can be found in the Students section of the DAC application process page. The DAC application process page also provides more information about DAC rates and fees. Once you have read through all the details on this page, click on the Access DAC Online button to begin the DAC application. You will be directed to log into your account, or if you do not have an account, there is an option to register for one on this page. You will then be directed to DAC Online and will be able to start a new application. Please read through this notice. Only one email address can be associated with your DAC project in DAC Online. Only those who have access to this email and DAC Online login credentials linked to the DAC project may use the ticketing system. Therefore, we recommend that only the primary contact who will be submitting tickets and receiving email notifications link their email to DAC Online. If there are multiple team members who will be submitting tickets via DAC Online, please create a shared email account. Upon reading the notice, you will indicate whether you are a student researcher or not. Student researchers will be required to list a faculty advisor or sponsor on the application. Those with the master's degree or lower are required to list themselves as co-investigators and the faculty advisor or sponsor as the principal investigator. Doctoral candidates can list themselves as principal investigators and faculty advisors or sponsors as co-investigators. Please provide information about your DAC project such as title, source study population, and CHIS years of interest, as well as fill out the contact information and affiliation of the principal investigator on this page. Please add the co-investigators who will also have access to CHIS output. Complete the primary contact information and fill out all required fields. And indicate the type of statistical packages and services being requested, a brief summary of the services requested, estimated budget for the project, and if any general analysis consulting will also be requested. Please note that you can save and exit the application at any time by clicking on the Save Draft button at the bottom of the application. Since student researchers are required to write their own code, only that option for statistical services requested will be available. No analytic consultations will be available. Please indicate your project period start and end date and add short summaries about the background, key hypotheses, methods, variable justification, any files to merge with CHIS data, your publication plans, and to include the project in Research Clearinghouse. If you do want to include your project in Research Clearinghouse, please include a brief summary of your project and keywords to describe it. Please upload your cover letter, research or grant proposal, current biosketch or resume, CHIS master variable list, and optional additional documents. If you are a student researcher applying for a DAC project, please upload a faculty sponsorship letter as well as a student scholarship application. Please take a moment to review all details in your DAC project application before submitting. If needed, you can go to a previous step on your application by clicking on the Previous button. Once you are ready to submit your DAC project application, click the Submit button. Upon submission, you will be directed to a confirmation page where you can see the unique DAC number of your application. You will be emailed a data user agreement via DocuSign, which will also be sent to all listed co-investigators that will be accessing CHIS data. Whenever you are ready, you can click on the DAC dashboard button to go to your user dashboard. On your DAC dashboard, you can review your project status, data user agreement status, and view the submitted application. DAC project applications are reviewed by the Data Disclosure Review Committee, or DDRC, which is comprised of internal and external stakeholders, statisticians, and researchers. This committee performs an extensive review of each submission to ensure that the project is feasible, does not risk the confidentiality of respondents, and aligns with the goals of CHIS. These reviews take place on a bi-weekly basis so it can take up to 2 weeks to hear back about the status of an application. The DAC coordinator will reach out to the researcher after the application process to confirm receipt and provide any preliminary feedback. The DAC project application is then formally reviewed during a bi-weekly DDRC meeting. If the committee approves the application, the researcher is notified on the same day and is provided with more detailed information about the next steps. DAC projects are also assigned to 2 statisticians up to 2 business days after approval. Once the statistician assignments are made, researchers may begin submitting data requests via DAC Online. Researchers who submit their own programs to statisticians can expect to receive results in 5 to 7 business days, while those who require programming services can expect to receive results in about 2 weeks, given minimal back and forth between the researcher and statisticians. To submit a data request via DAC Online, click on the DAC project in the user dashboard for your submitted DAC project. Then, select the Support Tickets tab and create a new ticket as needed. All output being transferred out of the DAC and to the researcher must first be reviewed for disclosure risk by the DAC team. This process includes suppressing unweighted cell values of less than 3 and weighted cell values of less than 500. Complementary cells are also suppressed to prevent back calculation in tables. This concludes our webinar. You can review the data options at health-work/our-work/California-health-interview-survey-chis/access-chis-data. If you have any questions about the DAC project application process, please contact the DAC coordinator at dacchpr@ucla.edu. Thank you.